H2O headphones I found in my pocket for my own audio. You're listening to straight up webcam input. I'm so sorry. You guys are watching Mostly Harmful, which is the name of our Starfinder campaign. And I'll go through a review in just a bit of what's going on. We'll set the scene, we'll go right into game, because I think there's going to be like a 3-hour-long discussion on their next decision. We'll see how that goes. So before we get to that, I'm going to have the cast introduce themselves, starting with the most important member, myself. My name is Dustin. I also go by the Arbitrary Nerd. I'll be your GM this evening.
Hi, I'm Nick, and I'm like the second of Never Split the Party, at least in the order of introductions, not like a hierarchy or something. But you know what hierarchy I'm on top of? I'm the captain of the crew. I play Dren. He's a Solarian Marikoi.
Don't worry about it, Rye. I mean, just because when you're looking from the bottom, it looks like you're at the top.
What?
If you're looking from the bottom, you feel like you're on the top.
What new age hippie?
Okay, basically we have him lying on the ground, so he's staring up at us.
Oh.
In his mind.
Okay.
Why?
I'm much taller when I'm laying down.
Okay, all right. Let's just continue.
I stick up my tail. Come on, guys. Come on.
No.
Just go, Pat.
I'm Patrick. I play Reich. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm uncomfortable. However, Reich Oren is the captain of this crew, and he is a Lashunta envoy. And he's not going to kill a kid, because that's not okay. You don't kill kids.
Well,
if they do suck.
I'm Michael, and I'm playing Zero, the Android operative. Also will not kill a child. Even though Dustin really wants to make us do that for some reason.
Apparently, you guys are making me out to be a jerk because I'm the only one who so far hasn't said that I am not willing to kill a child. But okay.
We understand.
I feel like he just admitted to being that.
Yeah, he still hasn't said it, so.
Now listen.
I know what I did or did not say.
Now listen, I don't normally kill kids, but this is for fun.
Somebody clip that and give me the audio file.
Excuse me, Mr. Canary, you're coming with us. What happened?
I actually have the audio file for Patrick saying Papa Pete's Pizza Palace for some reason. It just lives on my desktop. I don't know why, but it's on my desktop.
Dude, you should set that as your ringtone.
If I wanted to hear Patrick ever again, I would.
Yeah.
Here, I'm just going to put my mic right on my face.
With introductions, my name is Chris, and I play Sheerket, the Bolita Solarian, who, if Reich Oren gives the order, will absolutely murder a kid.
I'm no longer the worst one.
Swear, guys, this is a family-friendly stream for the most part. We'll call PG-13, right? PG-13?
Yeah, I mean...
It's family-friendly if your family isn't the kid in the death tent.
I mean, we do let slip the one spoop sometimes. Yeah. That's like the one you're given. So
like that time,
I think the we're family friendly at this point in time is like taking the McElroys up as seriously giving real world advice. It's at this point just.
Well, hey, you can still be PG-13 as long as you only drop one F-bomb. That's a real thing.
Yeah, I think that's been updated because you can also do lots of murdering and stuff.
Well, yeah.
That's why I said we only let slip the one spook.
Like that one line that Wolverine had in which movie was it?
Days of First Class.
Yeah, First Class.
That's it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was
Days
great.
of Future Past 365 over 2 nights, I think, was the
yeah.
Kingdom Hearts X.
Kingdom Hearts tie-in once they bought property. Yeah.
Anyway, my name is Justin, and I play Seeker the Android Technomancer. I'm going to use our one F-bomb. Fudge monkeys. Anyway, yeah, I also won't kill a kid. Probably not going to do that. I mean,
in the background, probably, maybe.
No, I'm not going to do it.
So,
but, yeah.
I think what's happening here is the old characters are conflicting with the new characters. So we're having like a war of the newbies versus the oldies.
I don't know. See, Sheerket basically said, "I'll do whatever Rai does."
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess that's true.
If Reich gives the order, I will murder a kid.
Yeah, I'd say
Oh my
that's
God.
actually more particular. It is what Rye says, not what Rye does, and those are very different.
Seeker,
things.
Mhm.
you need to make a hologram of Rye. Bring another joke.
But I'm not gonna kill the kid. All right,
Use it
yeah.
for later.
So that's that.
Yeah, worst.
Put it back on, Dustin. Put it back on.
It's actually hot in the room finally because my furnace and water boiler thing got replaced. So yeah, can't afford to eat, but can't afford to heat. Owning a house is so sad, guys. I'm not kidding. All right.
Greatly.
For announcements, we will be per usual having an after party after the stream, 10:30 p.m. ish. We will be talking shop, deconstructing the episode, talking about why they totally killed that kid, and some other nonsense stuff. Someone's doing a live action Gundam. I'm sure I'll want to talk about that.
Nerd.
For other announcements, I mean, if you guys haven't seen it in our kind of genre or neck of the woods, the Critical Role Kickstarter is still going on. That was approaching 7 million the last time I looked, but if you want to throw some money and get behind what I think is a good cause, totally check it out. For us, I don't think I have any announcements. Do you guys have anything?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm starting a
Big
Kickstarter. I'll get some of that millions.
Probably not.
We're gonna kickstart Rice Oven LLC.
Yep. It's just a George Foreman, but it.
You
Cook
cook
rice.
rice with a George Foreman.
Oh no! You don't cook rice in it.
Oh,
You know, Ray Shoren now actually has to do some type of Kickstarter in game and just make us millions of credits.
Oh my God!
He
there
had to
we
get his
go.
deliver.
Twitter working as like a meta cooperative thing for me to allow that.
Oh, so it's never gonna happen.
Every follower you get on Twitter as Raishorin, I'll throw you guys 1,000.
I'm gonna go
All right,
link
guys,
to
we
Twitter
need to
right now.
spoof some Twitter accounts.
Now, here's the big question. What would you call the Kickstarter in our universe?
Kickstarter.
I don't know why I accepted
Wildly
anything different.
successful company. It stuck around for years.
Kickstarter with the star in bold.
That's not how anything works.
Star
Well,
Kicker.
no.
Star Kicker.
Steve!
There we go.
No!
No.
Oh, that's a very
No.
bad one.
We're gonna cut that. We don't have a way to do it, but
Yeah, I can't cut chat from the screen.
just
Edit
bump
the
it.
video and just have to be like a little white box.
For viewers, I have for viewers on Twitch, I did put Ray Shorin's Twitter handle in the chat, and for folks who are
I
listening
had
to
already
audio
done that
version-
before you did that.
I didn't see it because I'm slow.
If our mod gets banned.
You guys have completely ruined chat. Good call. For folks in YouTube who don't get to see the obnoxious chat, you actually do see it because it's on the screen back again. Well, there you go. And then for our audio folks, our much maligned audio folks this episode, I'm so sorry about my voice.
I cut announcements.
It is well don't. God damn it, Justin.
I do. I cut
Announcements can be some of the best parts.
Yeah, you gotta be a little bit more.
No, I make sure that
methodical.
I make sure that there's nothing pertaining to the audio before I cut it. So
Audio folks. You can find Reich Oren's Twitter handle. It is at Reichoren, RAESHOREN. I don't know why I spelled that so damn slowly. And I don't know if Justin's going to keep the rest of the stuff I just said in for our audio folks. I'm emphasizing now. But they're doing an in-universe Kickstarter apparently where I'm allowing for every follower Reichoren gets on Twitter, I'll bump them 1,000 credits towards their Kickstarter for a Starfinder universe website to be named. And we're never, ever, ever using suggestions from Steviathan, I think, ever.
I just
Too
laughed
bad that's
myself into a headache.
too bad it's gonna be like 10 episodes before they get that.
All right. Okay. So, getting back on track with tonight's episode, I will set the scene and we'll take it off from there. The party, which is made up of just the current members, so we got your Dren, your Reich, your Zero, Shirket, and Seeker. Their charge that they picked up, Terry, is not in the picture. They are currently enclosed within a tent-like structure. The walls of this tent are pretty far away from where they are. They're kind of just walked in through what's kind of been a magical portal they've been entering and winding up in different areas. So behind them is just the black gaping maw of the doorway. Around that is a patchwork quilt style tent covering, which is probably we'll call it 60 feet in diameter. It's a pretty big space. However, it is almost entirely empty. The floor is packed earth. There's no furniture. There's no design other than this patchwork quilt of a tent. And in the center of this tent, and as they've been conversing with, stands a small, roughly 8-year-old child. And I say roughly because I forgot what age I gave them last episode. 8-year-old child who goes by the name Ferences, and is their third challenge for the Ritual Combat series that they've been going through. Third and final challenge, it should be noted. Ferences wears a robe that is similarly patchwork to the tent around you, and his skin is unusually pale. He appears to be human or humanoid as best you can tell. He has dark hair, dark eyes, which gives him kind of a gaunt appearance in his face. And he stands smiling at you all as you are conversing. And this is the most animated you've seen him. Outside of the tent, he was morose at best. The party is currently in heated discussion with themselves, or even maybe with Ferences, as Ferences has made no effort to start combat or attack them or in any way attempt to kill them. But the only way that the party can leave the tent is by forfeiting the match or eliminating their opponent. Party, what are you guys doing?
Well, I think we should kill him because I've got an extra life. Okay.
What? Oh, I
That's
see.
not going to make sense for anybody that's listening to this.
Is extra life going on right now, or are you just being a tool bag?
No, it goes on all year. You can host an event whenever you want.
Yes, but are you hosting anything?
Oh, no.
Have one to advertise.
Okay.
It's good. I'm raising awareness.
Sure.
I'm doing my part.
Nick held up an extra life medal, by the way.
This one.
The Extra Life charity medal.
one that you can
Again,
totally
the
see.
video people can see that, Nick, and probably saw it the first time. We're trying to take care of it.
So for the audio people, it's silver. It's got like a game controller with wings and a halo.
I hate everyone in this team.
Cool. I'm glad I just did the subscriptions to get you back on scene. What are you guys doing?
Well,
for the record, none of this is scripted. The party has had a very difficult time trying to come to a decision off screen. So effectively, you guys are getting the tail end of already crappy discussions. So hopefully it won't take very long, but they have no idea what they're doing. So this is not a predetermined situation.
All right.
actually, the last thing that happened, Sheerkat asked if you wanted to play a game or something.
Yeah, Sheerkat had asked if you wanted to play a game, and Francis was down for it.
He asked if they could play a game, and then we were like, okay, I guess that's it.
Oh.
Ferences doesn't want to play a game.
What was the
Sheerkat offered to play a game.
No.
what was the kid's name again?
No, the kid was. What was that?
Ferences asked us if we wanted to play a game. He said I'd be down to play a game if you guys want.
Ferences said that.
Yes.
Yeah. He didn't ask. You guys offered, right? Because Sheerkat had offered at some point.
Something like that, yeah.
Ferences has no interest in engaging with you guys. If you engage, though, he'll respond. That's so far been the current conversation. And again, Patrick, name was Ferences.
For F-A-R-E-N.
F-A-R-T-E-N-C.
Because to me, it sounds like you're saying parentheses.
F-A-R-E-N-C-Y-S. Ferences.
What was that first letter?
F as in Frank.
Frank. Okay, Ferences. No, as he started saying it, I heard somebody else talk, so I was like, "Oh, great, gonna have to ask again."
Yeah.
All right, so I look at Ferences and I say, "Okay, just to be clear, just recap this for me. Pretend I'm slow. You have been volunteered by your grandmother to be murdered brutally for the purposes of appealing to a god whose name is difficult for me to say, Nyarlathotep.
Close enough. Yeah, it was also supposed to be on video, but you see all these kind of sad-looking hovering video drones that have gone all gray and dark. I don't think they're working right now. But
Wait, when did they shut off?
When Zero jammed them.
Yep.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, Zero jammed all basically electronic
You ain't gonna
recording.
get no sympathy from the crowd this time, Rye.
Okay.
I
So
let everybody know I did it.
yeah, no, and that's fair. So and if we forfeit,
Yep.
don't get our token,
Correct.
and they kill you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Have you ever been kidnapped?
I can't say that I have.
For your safety.
Certainly not that.
Okay.
That sounds rather counterintuitive.
Given your reasoning,
Okay.
would they have kidnapped him to sacrifice him so against his safety?
No, I'm saying we kidnap him. We kidnap him. We save him. It's gonna be real weird.
Why the
So,
problem is we can't
if
get
we-
out.
If we do that,
No, we can get out because we forfeit.
there is one small problem with that too.
What's that?
Assuming we forfeit, we're then going to have to deal with an entire town of people that want to kill us.
I'll take that on. I am not willing to go this low.
Oh no, I didn't mean the killing the kid to stop that. I meant even if we forfeit and don't take the kid, we're probably still going to have to deal with the town because she won't help us escape.
Part of your victory condition was you would get a token and also be transported outside of the town, which has filled with various thugs and thug type
Do-batters.
Who are there to take our token?
Yeah, once you guys have
No,
a
we do
token,
not
you
have
can
a token.
become targets. But if you
don't have a token.
forfeit, you won't have a token. That actually is a good call. Yeah, if you do forfeit, you don't earn the token. You actually aren't a viable target anymore. Again, part of the rules of the most dangerous game show, which is the kind of dome-like structure you guys have all been captured in, is that residents or permanent people who are kept here as if they're prisoners. And some of them, in fact, were prisoners. That's the bulk of the population.
But a lot of the people are here because they want to fight the Pact breakers, anyways, right?
I would say they're not going to risk losing their chance to get out. You definitely have some people who dislike you for being you. You are notorious, and again, it was propaganda, but you weren't there to counteract it, nor would your small voices probably been successful. The universe at large has been told, whether or not they believe it is another thing, but they've been told that you are responsible for the series of events that led to the sundering of the Pact worlds as the folks knew it. You are the reason that the Border Space Union was allowed to come in and offer support, and eventually, through a triumvirate deal with the Veskarium and Eoxians, specifically the Bone Fleet, they actually took over control of the Pact worlds. It wasn't seen as a aggressive invasion or anything. It was mostly a handing over of power to those that had it, really. Differently. The Pact was broken, or the Pact worlds were kind of shattered asunder by them using Pyramid Station Alpha, a large space station, breaking it into smaller chunks and smashing it into the various planets that make up the Pact worlds. They had different agents throughout the Pact worlds already, so part of their plan was pulled off on this end as well. But as far as people know, you guys are responsible for the kind of start of all that.
Okay.
I'm not.
Is there a when those cameras go, do we know if we are broadcasting live or if it is a delay?
Everything's edited. You've been told a couple times that they have it's part of kind of their magical broadcasting system that they are able to edit in real time. Basically, how it would work for you guys is they have like trigger words or trigger phrases that would kind of wipe out things as you start saying them, kind of like a like if you swear it bleeps it out kind of thing.
So
But
like
they
a
also have
silence
people constantly monitoring, and they're undead magicians, so they don't need rest, they don't need sleep. Their job is watch your communications.
Also, there's been some type of time skipping every time we leave the tent.
Also true.
All right. Well, so any conversation that we have to the camera is just to them. It doesn't go out to the world, and they can edit it and make BS up regardless.
It is live to an extent, but it is again something they do have full control of.
Think of it like actual TV, where being live is probably like a minute or so behind.
Yeah, I got you.
But
Something like that. And
For
also
like
they can
7 to
switch
30
the
seconds.
cameras right off of you as soon as you start saying things that are appropriate, like on like the news. So
would we, do we know if it's only the words that we say that are censored, or is it actions that are curated as well?
it depends. I'd say that they're primarily looking out for like forms of communication, which would include sign language. Again, it's a magical civilization. It's quite advanced.
Mhm.
However, in terms of like actual like just doing things on screen, it would depend. If you did something so overt and glaring enough that they might transition off screen, you'd lose your chance. But you could potentially be subtle, I guess, with gesturing. But I would require you guys to tell me what you're doing, and then
I'm
I
not
would do
saying
some
trying to communicate with anybody. I mean, it's a lot easier to show than to tell. I mean, if we are being very, actually, I guess I'll do this in character. Well, if we are being censored at a vocal level, we could just show everybody watching that we mean no harm to a child.
Yeah, that actually, I was about to give Sheercat instruction to count to that actually, which I can also do in character to keep Dustin happy.
I'm never happy, so you do
That's
you.
a good point.
Keep Dustin from talking.
Yeah,
Oh, his mic sounds
So-
like that.
yeah. So I go, okay. I just forgot Zero's name, and it's just a number. Zero. In about 30 seconds, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and release the jam from the cameras.
I'm getting a
Guys,
Spaceballs image here.
I need
That's fine. We have about another
strawberry.
hour's worth.
And the rest of you take up protective stances around the boy. Sheercat,
Just get
protect this kid as if he were my blood.
can do.
Okay, Zero.
All right, I'll deactivate the jammer. How long do you want to say has gone by?
Um,
I'm just trying to figure out how many charges of the jammer I've used up.
how does it measure charges?
I think it's one charge every 12 minutes or so.
10 minutes.
10
One
minutes.
charge every 10 minutes.
2 minutes. We'll round up to 2 minutes for discussion and
I would
pausing
just say
time with.
one full charge then regardless. I'll say
Okay.
it always just uses up a charge every activation.
That makes sense because that would be really frustrating to manage anyways, and that's fine. So as you drop it, the cameras come to life and they have that little broadcast like hologram that they project beneath, and what you guys see is Saltazar on screen going, "Oh gods, he's rending them from limb in limb. That's a child, you sick Oh, they're live. Oh, sorry. Oh, graphical glitch, I guess. Let's watch."
All right. And just before I get started, out of character, everyone knows where I'm going with this, right?
Yep.
I don't need to.
Yeah.
And no one disagrees here.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, because I was making this executive decision. Saltazar.
One professional from the actor. Yes, Reich Oren. I guess we can have a chat.
We forfeit.
Oh. Yeah, that's not.
We forfeit.
I don't control that, actually. Sorry.
I say it very loudly that we forfeit. I can't do it in my house, but
Yeah, he pops off the screen, and it is just you guys kind of broadcasting. And Forenses from behind you, kind of like as you guys are speaking, says, "Hey, am I a part of your team now?"
If you could choose, do you choose to live?
Well, that
if the answer is no, you're part of our team now. If the answer is yes, you're part of our team now. Either way answer, we'd like to know.
Boy,
guess.
you don't wish to die, do you?
Well, it would serve, you know, the whisper in the darkness. That's kind of a big deal.
Do you have any proof of this?
Is it a big deal to you, is the question.
I suppose it's what I was born and raised for. It's my whole purpose for existing.
But
You know, we can get you a new one of those.
That sounds really, really quite tiresome, rather.
Nah, we'll put in a lot of the work for you.
I've never been a
Terry
part of
can
a
help.
team before.
We used to
Kinda
have a rat on this team that served no purpose.
Hey, that's not really nice to say about Miller.
Ouch.
I am so sorry.
I would,
The character's dead. He's not dead in universe, but he's dead to me.
He was the whole time to me.
Audioverse, I recommend popping onto either Twitch for the clip or on YouTube for the episode to watch Nick's face on that one, because it broke me a little. Francis says, yeah, I've never been a part of a team. Would it be like the Power Force?
Better than the Power Force.
Yeah, we're still alive.
I mean, yeah, that's yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. If I'm part of your team, though, I think that means you win. I kind of wish you guys had started with that. That seems like a really obvious loophole, almost.
It means you win too.
Dustin,
I like it.
Dustin, I swear to God, if this was your planned solution for this puzzle, I am going to be irate.
No, surprise me too. Yeah, you guys had a couple of ways to navigate that. I liked Chris's better. However,
what was Chris's?
Play a game with them.
Getting the kid kind of.
I actually created an entire game for this session.
Which we can play on the anywhere. We can still do that. I'm interested.
Oh yeah,
I had a terrible solution that I never wanted to use with you as GM, which was to suffocate the kid and then try to resuscitate him after.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And with you as GM, I assumed, oh well, magical thinks he has to stay dead.
No. Well.
I assumed with some type of elder dark god, once he died, he was gone for good.
No. When he came back, he would just be super twisted. That's how I would handle that.
Oh yeah.
He would have been totally possessed.
That actually makes
I saw the darkness.
Yeah.
You can call me
Stared into the
Thotep.
abyss.
Or y'all.
I did have an NPC named Jarl you guys never picked up on in our Pathfinder
Oh,
games.
good old Uncle Njarl.
No, you guys had a couple ways to do it. I'm gonna say because you actually stood with the kid like against Saltazar, you've more or less triggered that he's on a team. Like you guys all literally stood around him. Just that physical setup was enough to kind of remind him of a team he already told you guys he liked. I think he mentioned that to
Dren and Zero, yeah.
That he really respected the Power Force. No, I'm gonna say that works. It's unconventional, and you did it without any actual rolling, which I don't like. But no, I'm actually going to allow it.
I mean, I don't feel like this kid has the will to go against anybody.
Not yet.
I am simultaneously happy that I found a solution to a Dustin problem. And also, I was expecting far more fuss. Immediately just, yeah, that works. continue nonetheless. I don't want to.
No,
jinx
it's fine.
myself.
It's fine. So, like an almost unseen, unnoticed tension in the air releases, and the exit seems a little less ominous than it did moments before. That it's still a gaping void of blackness. And as you kind of turn to reorient yourself, maybe out of the tent, maybe some of you confused, maybe some of you, you know, just walking alongside your new charge, other ones realizing you just became parents. I'm not sure where each of you individually falls, but as you are about to exit the tent, the grandmother to Frances, Esmeralda, the kind of slightly withered, well, a lot withered crone, who runs the compound, the collective, right? Runs the collective, enters from the blackness. She just becomes too big. She emerges from this black wall, and she stands in front of you, resting on a crooked cane, and says, "Frances, is this actually what you want?" Frances, looking around at all of you, says, I mean, I can die later, right, Grandmama?"
Oh, gee. Nice.
And Esmeralda pauses and nods. "I suppose you can. Just make sure you do it here." And Frances nods. "Yes, Grandmama. Yes, can do."
I lean over as if I'm going to whisper, but then just telepathically send it over to Zero. We are gonna kill that broad at some point, right?
Might result in the same thing as the kid dying.
Willing to risk it. We'll talk about it later.
She, from within her robes, which are again patchwork, such as Ferenczi's and patchwork, like the tent around you, reaches in and removes a circular golden medallion token coin. On its front face, which is what she holds up facing you, you see a stylized version of Saltazar, the Eoxian who runs the show. When you guys eventually flip over to the back, it is Yes Man. Sorry, God, I actually stole the riff. It's Peppertron, the Yes Man looking robot. If you were using Fallout as inspiration, like I might have been, and on his screen, where there's this words kind of written into the golden token, and it says "one up," and they hold it out to you, or Esmeralda holds it out to the party.
Dren,
Does not take
follow.
it.
No, follow me. Okay, Dren goes to take it, and I know there's a lot of hesitation.
My gun vibrates on my hip.
What does it say? What does it say? Roll a d11.
It's just vibrating.
I take the token, and then I hand it to Zero. I imagine you're one who could keep this quite safe on your person.
Not bad. Not bad, Monkey Boy. Not bad.
Is that in character?
Yes.
Oh, we're like a family. So nice.
And I think back to the mistake I just made by telling Shirket to think of the boy as my blood.
You just made the dude royalty.
Ferenczi looks up and says, "Wait, if we're family, are you all my dads?"
Wonderful idea. Yes.
5.5 men.
Myself,
Men.
I like to see myself as an older sibling.
Okay. I've only ever had grandmama before.
Well,
You're not gonna have a grandmama for much longer.
Esmeralda chimes in and says, "As promised, for passing the trials of ritual combat, even in a way that does not please anyone, when you exit the tent, you will not be at the collective any longer. Is there a location you would like to arrive in?"
before that, Terry included,
Yes.
Fine. She snaps, and for a moment nothing happens, and then a moment more, and Terry seems to have been propelled forcefully through the black hole, and he comes out saying, "I'm not going in there." Oh.
Terry, meet your new
Hello,
brother,
Terry.
parentheses.
Hey guys. Terry is the adolescent dwarf thief that you guys adopted in the last town. I'm seeing a theme here.
Out of curiosity,
what?
the cameras, are they still on us?
Oh yeah.
I turn on my signal jammer.
The cameras suddenly stop, and Esmeralda's cane does a weird whining sound before being silent.
Yeah.
As I was saying, she shoots kind of a nasty look at Zero. Where would you like to end up?
Ooh,
Can we
can
see
get
the map?
I would have to open roll 20. Oh no.
Yeah, Pat.
I was just logged in,
Whoa.
so I could have.
Sorry,
Did
it's
Dustin just Patrick this up?
he did.
I had to restart my computer trying to fix the audio. Get off my back.
Oh, I don't remember that ever being an excuse that you let me get away with.
That's because you're a piece of spoot.
Well, that's just mean.
That's just mean. And where are you guys in roll call? You're in the dragon fight. Let's move over to the most dangerous game show map. J-Man, if you want to bust that open on the stream, you might have already. I'm not looking at it. No, you have not. Nope, that's the wrong one.
Yep.
That's the right one. Looking a little. There you go. We're looking now at the layout map for the most dangerous game show.
The concave?
Cheercat.
Conclave. I might have typoed that one.
Yeah, it said concave.
Yes,
Oh, I didn't
The
write
whole
that.
town is just
No, I definitely wrote that.
Oh.
To make fun of Dusty.
Okay. Yeah, it's the collective. You guys have just earned your token at the collective, which is on the eastern side of the map. And she's not being super clear, but she did say where are you guys wanting to go.
How
okay.
long have we been in here at this point? It's been
The way time works, you guys would have been in here for a long time. But I guess she'll kind of speak up. Esmeralda says, and just so you're aware, since you have not fed any energy to the tent, it's 3, 4, 5 minutes since you left.
That's some weird time crap, man. Out of character. The locations that we have left, that we have not visited, that we think that we'd be able to find coins at: the arena, which was individual combat.
Mhm.
Yep.
What was north of the collective? That spooky fortress.
Is apparently an Eoxian. Did you guys get information on that one yet? I thought you
Yeah,
did.
we did get some information. Yeah,
I just don't
They were like, "There's dead people in those buildings."
It was like it's basically a stronghold for Eoxians that were imprisoned here. They formed their own little group, their conclave or concave, if you're Christopher.
They were imprisoned for.
we've also heard about a coin at Water's Edge. There's supposedly one there.
Yeah, you have heard about a coin at Water's Edge.
That was from
Okay.
Perry, actually.
And they told us to go back there later when we had.
Agreed. Yeah.
I think we should hit up the arena because it's closest, and then we can make our way elsewhere.
That takes people a lot less time to get to us too.
Agreed.
Yeah.
If we're gonna magically transport to
Yeah,
a
we
place,
wanna
we
go
want to
far
be
away.
away from where all the people are.
What
That-
about the spooky, not the spooky tower, but the tower?
Something we should also consider is if we go to, say, Water's Edge, and then we decide to go to the arena, we will basically be running into everybody that from the collective on the way there.
Well, basically,
Excellent.
the way I look at this, we can't be efficient because we would just go round robin, like we'd go clockwise or counterclockwise to be efficient, right? We're gonna run into somebody somehow doing that. So I mean, we just kind of have to bop around.
How about this? Based on the way the arena works, how long, with the way the fights work, how long would it take us to get a token? Like, is it one round, multiple rounds?
It's a similar process of 3 rounds to become champion. And Dren knows this, so this is free knowledge for you guys. It is 3 rounds of combat, one-on-one. The issue there is it's 1 per day. You don't do 3 back-to-back fights. You do a fight, you get time to rest, heal up, etc. You go to the second fight. So
Didn't we have one a day technically here?
It was like one
you
a few
actually
days past.
you passed a couple of days each time.
I almost feel like that is the place to end at. Do they also offer safe passage if you get your coin?
No.
Passage was something Esmeralda offered, and what you're hearing from Jen is correct. You would be safe as long as you're participants in an event, because that's good television.
Mm-hmm.
But also, you getting torn apart at any point after the event is also good television. Esmeralda was using that almost as a way to coax you guys into partaking into her ritual.
Got you. Okay, so all right, so the arena, Water's Edge, which we've already been to, a fortress of spooky dead people to the north of Industrial Town, looks like ruins. What is that? Just ruins?
It was in a settlement that had been set up when they first landed, basically like other people trying to settle away from Industrial Town, but it had been overrun by monsters and different creatures that had been let loose in the dome.
We also have the weird clearing that we saw in the south.
The spooky spiral tower, what is that?
I don't believe you guys have any information on the tower.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well,
And the clearing in the south on the map, is that like just there graphically, or is it actually?
No, you guys saw that there was a clearing in the woods when you dropped down.
And we don't remember what, but we have no information on that one
Nope.
either.
Nope.
Well, I'm not familiar.
Okay.
Zero's
I look at Seeker and telepathically, what's your vote?
oh, my vote is actually Water's Edge, because they told us to come back after a while when things had died down.
I look at Sheerkat, what do you think?
I go where you go, Captain.
Makes sense. I look at Zero, what do you think?
Water's Edge or the arena in
I
that
look at-
order.
Okay, and this is all telepathic. I look at Dren, what do you think?
I say the arena. Get all the fighting out of the way first.
Okay.
Most of it.
I say out loud, completely in character. Everyone agrees with me. We're going to the spooky tower. So I say, okay, Esmeralda, looks like we're bopping over to Water's Edge.
All right.
Oh wait,
what?
probably want to get, huh? What do you mean what?
You said Spooky Tower and then Water's Edge?
Well, I think he was.
Well, the spooky tower was a
talking to you
joke. It
guys.
was making a joke that
Oh,
I
okay.
telepathically collected your votes, and like a disgraced politician, I ignored them completely. But it was
Gotcha.
Just a politician.
yeah. So
He
yeah,
was also doing this thing called being a captain.
right.
Thank Brendan now.
Yeah. So
No, that was all on me. I zoned out.
no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Yep. Water's Edge. It's what? It's a few.
A couple days.
It's a couple days from Industrial Town.
It's about a week's travel.
Yeah, I was gonna say about a week or so. 2, 4, 6.
Yeah, every
Okay.
every two hexes on the map we said was a day's worth of travel.
About 10
And,
days.
and they'll only drop us off like fast travel into an area. We can't like pick a grid.
You haven't gotten any details from Esmeralda.
Oh, cool.
You can ask.
I ask.
Please do.
I did.
What's the actual question?
Can we pick a specific spot anywhere in this dome, or is it specific locations that you are looking to get from us, like the various settlements?
Does she pull up a map?
Yeah, I will. The tent. She chooses her words carefully. The tent will aim you in a direction, and your collective will get you as far as it possibly can.
Everybody
Well,
think
that's
about
confusing.
where we're going then.
Collective will. Are we
Think
getting
about the
shot
same
out of
place.
a cannon or something?
Cannon? No.
I don't like the way you said cannon. No.
More like a catapult.
Terry, I believe, wanted to go to Water's Edge, so that should be fine.
Will we land safely?
There's a lot of variables to that question, Reich Oren.
If we do choose Water's Edge, is there any chance of you dropping us, say, in the monster crusted lake?
If you're especially willful, I suppose there is some possibility of that, yes.
Oh God. Okay, they're gonna do some weird spooky magic thing, and then we're gonna have to do a willpower save or something like that in order to avoid deathly awfulness.
So I think that just means we all need to think and will the fact that we're going to be at Water's Edge. Like we all need to just think about it.
Oh God,
Make sure
Dren
we're
has to
going there.
think. Oh God.
Zero has to be willful.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Nick.
That's how it's going to be, Pat?
No, Dren's much better.
I don't disagree.
So try not to will yourself into that lake then. That's
Yeah, try not to will yourself
pretty
to
much
death.
it.
Terry from like in front of you guys says, now I can't stop thinking about the lake, guys. It is literally the only thing. Oh my God, I'm in the water. I am so
Diagonally.
I can't swim. I don't think any dwarf can swim. That was probably speciest of me. I'm pretty sure dwarves can't swim though. Terry's
I
saying.
can, and I can rescue as well.
So I look at Esmeralda and I'm like,
How
well,
do you swim with the?
no
never
point in
mind.
putting this off any further.
Perfect.
Aim
Make
us
perception
into-
checks.
Aim us in the easter or westerly direction.
18.
Okay. Nick
What is that?
Nick used roll
Perception.
20. Wasn't prepared with this physical dice tonight.
Okay, and what was your roll? Oh, you haven't rolled yet. You just have to. I see.
Oh.
What are we
okay,
rolling?
Perception.
Not a 2.
Perception. Okay, I can do that.
I
24.
Right, you are the only one who noticed.
got a 21.
I got
Oh,
18.
I'm so
Shut up,
sorry. I
Nick.
didn't see you didn't have your mod on there.
Nope.
Yeah, okay. Dren and Rye, Captain, captains. You two are the only two that notice as Esmeralda walks out of the tent. It's not, her gait isn't as if she's actually walking. It's almost as if she's being carried across the ground instead of stepping. You see that her cane has been mostly discarded. It's not being utilized as a walking device anymore. And as you kind of maybe glance down at the hem of her robes, you see some mass maybe slithering or undulating as she moves across the ground and
pooped herself.
she fades through the black wall. And now you are left alone in the tent with Terry and Ferences.
What did the mass look like?
It was mostly under robes. You had it pretty shadowed, but it looked like it was a slithering amorphous mass.
Part slug person. Gotcha.
Or
since she
snakes
left
or
it,
tentacles or gross stuff.
I
since she
regret
left
to
that
inform
walking-
you that your grandmammy is a grandpappy.
Grandmama is what grandmama needs to be.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Zero, you were saying something?
Since she left that somewhat magical, or at the very least electronic walking stick, I'm going to suggest that Seeker take it.
Oh no, she had the stick. It was just like being held clearly off the ground as she like slid across the
okay.
ground. She definitely did not discard her stick.
I would like to do a useless mysticism roll to see if I know anything about that. Add 2 to this. Oh, nope, never mind. I can add 2 to this. Boop. 14.
I would say on a 10, I'd have given it to you.
Let me roll the same here. Ooh.
Captain.
Captain? Yes, that's a 22.
So again, would have given it to either of you on a 10. You guys are putting it together. I think that you are in a whole area devoted to Nyarlathotep. Every
Right.
single tent and structure you have been in has been named after one of the god's many names. You were in a structure called the Crawling Chaos, which is apparently a focal point for ritual sacrifice to this god. So you either just witnessed maybe one of the god's many forms, or something a little closer to their god than you maybe originally expected.
All stuff that I've pretty much told you.
Yeah, more or less, Seeker has had suspicions.
So modest.
Again, you guys got that on a 10. It's pretty much you're dealing with either maybe an actual aspect of Nyarlathotep or maybe just an avatar. Again, it could be something that's really quite close to the deity
Close to
itself.
the big guy.
Yeah, as
Oh.
opposed to just being a humble worshiper. Maybe there's something more going on there.
I mean, I touched her and went insane. So that's, yeah.
Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. You can't just go around touching people.
All right then.
Terry says, "You touched her?"
I can't actually remember out of character.
I think
remember
she-
when that
No, you
happened.
guys shook hands or something.
No, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no. You detect magic.
Oh, that's what I did. Yeah.
Oh, right, and
That's what it
the
was.
aura had been what the issue was. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I guess you interacted with her, man. How close did you get? Because I've had to hang out with her for like the past week because you guys have been off, killing things.
Not by
She-
choice.
She smells real bad.
I hadn't noticed.
Let me guess, like death?
Like, you ever fallen asleep under a rotted tree and woken up with bits of moss stuck up your nose?
Oh, that's my favorite place. That's my favorite way to sleep.
Like that, if you also had just eaten a pile of spoop.
Whoa, that sounds really good.
It was quite nauseating, actually.
I didn't get that at all from her.
Me either.
You shouldn't sleep under trees. You should sleep in them.
I beg to differ.
And as I'm just ignoring everybody, I glance over at Seeker and I just think in the back of my head, if this is the result of that goddamned egg art, I swear to God.
What do you
Which
what do you
one?
mean?
No, I was thinking that.
Oh,
I was not telepathically. I was
Yeah, but
thinking
I-
okay.
out
That's
loud.
what I
Out of
thought you were
context,
doing.
what do you? Oh, egg art.
Yeah.
Oh, unintentionally summon Nyarlathotep to cross paths with you. That's clever like that. I didn't plan that
canon.
at all.
So moving along,
Yep.
Dren goes over to the portal.
Arr.
He goes, "All right, crew. Oh, sorry, force of habit. Let's be on our way." And then I am the first one to step through the portal, like a leader.
And you hear me say, yes, crew, he agrees. It is time to go.
Well,
Yes,
now that he's
crew,
already
it's time to go.
No, this isn't a.
the guinea pig has gone.
It's actually like a monkey. It's not a guinea pig.
So I look at Sheerkat and I say, my command still stands. Protect the boy.
I will
And-
protect both
Bring
children.
him through.
I gather up both children in my arms.
Terry's
I
like,
still have-
yo, here, you could totes not. Like,
and
I got
let's
this
go.
one. Okay. He goes limp.
I look.
Fair, now you won't have to worry about swimming.
I then look over at Seeker and I say,
That's actually a good point. No, I'm going after Rye.
"What was that?"
I'm going after you.
Okay, that's fine. And then I look over at Seeker and I say, "Same thing. You protect that one." And I point at the dwarf.
I have them both under my
Right.
arms.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that. You got them both. Okay. You back him up. And then I look over at Zero and I'm like, you know exactly what you need to do. Make sure we don't die. And then I walk through the portal.
Is
Then-
everyone to
Then me.
portal? Okay, Sheerkat with youngins in tow, and that leaves Zero and Seeker in the tent.
We're heading out.
Seeker, anything you want to do here?
Not in particularly. I guess.
Perfectly fine.
Oh,
No, I'm good.
okay.
Oh, actually, you know what? I do want to look to Zero and I say,
We can
Huh?
We can retcon if
Oh no, you idiots are all gone.
okay,
Yeah.
never mind. We cannot retcon, I've been told.
If Seeker wants to do a thing, I can have the three of you take your headphones off. I don't know if Seeker wants to do a thing.
3 of you?
no, Seeker doesn't want to do that thing.
don't know if
I
they're
do
talking
want to
about
say to Zero, like, hey, good job, by the way. The whole
What
time,
in
good job.
particular?
Huh?
Just
I-
everything?
Well, I was just expecting a little different of you, is all. In this situation.
Well, were you expecting me to kill the child?
Possibly.
Why?
Well, you know what? Let's continue this conversation a little bit later.
Do you just walk away at that point?
No, not if you want to stop me or anything.
Into secret.
You're the assassin droid. Wouldn't you be the one to kill him?
No.
Sense motive on that?
Yeah, you can roll sense motive. I can give you the answer on that one.
Sense seeker colors check.
21.
You sense that he's not lying. The motive there isn't that he's not telling the truth. There's definitely something that he's not telling you that's for sure clear, but beyond that, it's not that he would have killed the kid under any circumstance.
Well, I just think it might be best to, if we're going to discuss this any further, with everybody.
Very well. After you.
All right. So I walk through.
Oh
no!
Again, not a cold-blooded killer.
Hey guys, we're Seeker.
You know what? That's the moment that's what in the perfect.
Oh my
traitor
god!
moment. Only Zero comes back through the blackness and says, "Where's Seeker?" So good. So good. So I probably don't have a traitor in your group. I'm just saying.
The better thing would have been for you to just send one of us elsewhere.
Oh, that might still happen. We haven't arrived at the conclusion yet. As
Elsewhere, there are cat people everywhere.
you
Yeah.
enter,
That was it.
No,
That yeah. I
No.
dropped that Bethesda reference. That's some Elder Scrolls stuff up in you.
no. As
No.
you, yes, Nicholas.
I was just gonna say, on the other side of the portal, you wake up in the back of the cart. The screen fades in.
Oh,
Yeah,
did we
but-
start Skyrim? We just
Right, yeah,
started Skyrim.
yeah, we just
Okay.
started Skyrim.
Okay.
I try to escape my bonds.
No, shut up.
I try to escape my bonds.
Well, you get an arrow to the knee, but for some reason you get infected and you die.
I'm just standing there, and my face is changing, all different races.
Oh,
Weird. Why is he doing this before getting his head chopped?
The dragon comes in. That sounds like Macho Man Randy Savage. The dragon looks like
or
Macho
Thomas
Man
the Tank
Randy
Engine. Okay. All right.
All of the crowds sound like Zoidberg.
Back on track. 'Cause we're not playing Skyrim tonight. You all enter the Black Void, this maw you guys have entered multiple times now and had no real issues. This time it feels suitably different. When you enter, you feel a momentary sense of directionlessness as this blackness envelops you, and you're in a space absent of light. If you were to hold your hand in front of your face, you see nothing. And after this directionless feeling, you are suddenly being pulled in every direction, and in every direction, every part of your exposed skin is pulled in a different direction. It quickly starts to feel have a numbing effect on your skin almost. Each of you individually, I'm going to have make a roll. But the first thing I need to know from each of you, and I'll jot this down on a note because it is going to be something I want to take all at once, is how strongly are you thinking of Water's Edge? This is a question that you may answer any way you deem fit. And I'll go in order of introductions just so we can just do it that way. Dren, how strongly are you thinking of Water's Edge? Or does a creeping thought of the arena open into your head?
100%. The arena still in my mind a wee bit.
A wee bit or 100%?
A wee bit, not like, man, we really should have been going to the arena.
Okay, so I would say that you are. I'll put torn. That's fine. Next up, Rye. How strongly are you
I
focusing?
am specifically thinking of the spot where I was conversing with the man who told us to come back, like that spot outside of the city gate, like right there, because that was where I spent the most time.
Okay. GM writes on his notes, very strongly thinking of a point just past the town. Okay.
Well, it was yeah, well that we didn't go in. I don't remember if we went into town.
No, it's just that you were on the far side of the town. That's all.
Yeah.
Nope, that's fine. Zero.
Is actually thinking of the same spot as Rye. In addition to the town, it's more Zero's thinking about what he's going to expect when they arrive at the town. More like the angry citizens and what is it, like how they didn't have weapons. They were all basically using like pitchforks and archaic stuff and things along that nature.
Okay, I'll say that yours is a little bit more diluted than Rye's, as you are thinking a little bit more tactically, where Rye closes his eyes and clips his feet together and says, "There's no place like home. There's no place like home." You're like, yeah, but they also have pitchforks there, so it's a little bit more diluted. That's fine.
Dragon, I can take pitchforks.
That puts Sheerkat up next. Sheerkat, how strongly are you thinking about Water's Edge?
None at all.
You're thinking about Rye-Shoren, correct?
Exactly. Sheerkat has never been to Water's Edge. Has no idea what it looks like, but she does know Rye-Shoren.
Okay. And then
she is definitely not thinking about exploding from Rye-Shoren's chest
Yeah,
either.
pretty much.
Yeah, could she?
Just gonna say that.
Not.
Definitely not. Maybe
Please not. Just very much want to keep myself whole.
Don't roll a one.
it'll be a
That's
whole.
all right.
No additional
I
hole.
have some of your blood. It's fine.
We all show up there except for Sheerkat, who is contained inside of a vial of blood on the floor at our feet. He doesn't
Yeah.
want to leave.
Seeker, how strongly?
I'm thinking of the exact location that we were like outside of the gate.
Okay, so
Where
is
the
that
guy
the
came out
only
and told us to
thought,
leave.
or do you have some residual thoughts about your conversation with Zero?
I mean, I do think about a little bit about like, okay, well, I need to say it in front of everybody so everybody knows, and it's a little bit safer that way anyway. But yeah, no, I'm thinking. I know that this is magic based on what we're thinking, so I am just trying as hard as possible to think about that exact location.
Ah, crap.
What?
Hey, Dustin.
Yeah, Patrick.
It's too late now, but what would have happened if I thought about, say, my ship?
You would have gone closer to your ship.
How close?
Like into the air.
Close enough for me.
Most evil reaction I've seen. And I just saw it again on the delayed Twitch when it's horrifying.
Yeah.
I need another clip, Steve.
In the darkness, you hear Terry's voice saying, "Not in the water, not in the goddamn water, not in the water."
And Sheerkat saying, Rye-Shoren, Rye-Shoren. Not inside Rye-Shoren. Not inside.
Parentheses.
Do we ever find out what parentheses is thinking?
Yeah, he is thinking about the sweet, sweet release of death. Yeah. He does have a bit of a quandary. You kind of hear it a little bit in this weird void space of, man, I'm already tired. I could be dead already. I wonder what happens after you die. Wonder if this is it. Did I die?
God.
And that's kind of how his thoughts kind of go off. They amble off. So we have a net result of.
Did we just adopt what's his face from Hitchhiker's Guide?
Marvin, the paranoid
Yeah.
android? Maybe. Yeah, you have a net positive will result of 2 plus 2 to the arbitrary scale I've been giving your layers. Not a huge result. You're going to be able to move. We'll call it plus. It'll be plus 2 hexes to how far you guys move. Unfortunately, none of you guys thought in a significantly different direction, so the pull is primarily going towards Water's Edge. Had somebody thought very strongly about something else, say, we thought about the arena, only the arena from Dren, you would have been torn halfway between. If Reichhorn had only thought about the indecision, you would have been halfway in between the top of the dome and Water's Edge.
Oh, that would have been awful.
Now for this one
again,
I'm
needed-
pretty sure we all kept our parachutes, by the way.
I don't think.
they would have been single use. Yeah, they definitely would not have been something you could reuse. Not saying you guys would have died from the fall. It would have been far enough to kill you, but you guys would have figured something out, I have no doubt. But, some fun stuff. I will say, though, who is the most willful among you? What is what are will saves derived from? What stat do they pull from? Is it just your class or whatever?
Wisdom.
It is wisdom. Okay, who's the wisest among you then? We'll use that for this.
Not me.
I would say probably either Rye or
I
Chick.
appreciate the compliment.
I only have a
I said
12
Rye,
wisdom.
not Patrick.
He appreciates the compliment.
You can't hear me. I'm in a dark void.
I have a
of
7
nothingness.
will.
He would appreciate the compliment.
Sounds like Sheer Cat has a +6. Can anyone beat it?
No.
Just normal
wait,
modifier
are
or
you-
will save?
Well, will, but the wisdom is what I want. The
Okay.
primary thing that's derived.
My wisdom is 12.
Mine is
Well,
also
I-
12.
My wisdom
Mine
is
is
12.
a 10.
Dump stat.
Oh, okay. So Sheer Cat and Dren got a matching wisdom.
But
No,
Sheer Cat has a better will save.
Dren and Seek.
No, we have the same will save.
Same will save.
What's your will save?
6.
6.
Oh, okay.
Mine's 7.
Yours is 7?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Your will save is 7?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to use that arbitrarily to determine that you're the most willful seeker.
Nice.
Your will is the one that the groups
I like your
coalesces around. I need you to make, I'm going to call it a will save, basically because I want to use that stat line for it. This is not what a will save does. Or you know what, I'll say the void is attempting to pull you into pieces, every direction. Your will save is going to progress you how many hexes you move in the appropriate direction. That being said, it is whatever you roll plus so roll d20, add your will save, and then plus 2 hexes. That's how many hexes you're going to teleport, regardless of where you want to wind up.
Okay, 14 plus 2, so.
So 16 total?
Yep.
Okay. And let's do, let's see, I'll do a line so I kind of know.
I think.
Oh, I just needed the most willful, which apparently was Seeker. So from
Not
here,
go in the water. We do not go in the water, Dustin. We do not go in the water.
5, 6, 7, 8,
We make it there.
9,
He
10,
literally just drew the ruler that told you how many hexes.
13, 14. Oh wait, does it tell me how many hexes? Oh shit, it does tell you hexes. Oh, sorry, I was poop.
Yeah, you're
So-
you're welcome.
Do it from the Reichhorn token. You know what? I'll move it to the middle.
I
I'll
don't
move
see a Reichhorn token.
We don't see a Reich Orin token.
I see a Reichhorn token.
it right here.
I don't see a Reich.
You
Nope.
guys are, it's at the collective. I just
I
made
don't.
it.
I do not
Nope.
see a Reich Orin token.
Nothing.
What? I do.
I
But
do.
that's where we're gonna end up. So if Reichhorn's
Yeah,
right
okay. There you go. Yeah, he's right there. So now I have moved the token right where you have said it goes.
I still do
Do
not
not
see a
see it.
token.
For the record, I don't care.
It's not on stream either.
Yeah,
That's weird.
duh.
There is no token, is what I'm telling you.
That's weird.
Well, Chris sees it, so there is
I
a
do
token.
see it.
No, but
How-
stream needs to see it.
Yeah, okay. So the token was in the center of the collective. It is now a day's travel outside of Water's Edge.
Are you hiding it or only showing it to
It
Chris?
doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter.
That's
Yeah.
a good point. But
No.
People watching on YouTube are gonna want to know. They're gonna want the visual.
People in the audio podcast are going to be like, don't care.
Yeah,
I
everyone
can't
should
see
be-
anything.
That
everyone
looks like
should be able
Rye.
to see it. It doesn't matter. There you go. Use that.
I
That's,
used a blob to represent Rye. That's his current state of emotion.
that's fine. You guys are a day outside of Water's out of Water's Edge. Had you guys been too willful, you absolutely would have overshot it and gone into the water, which would have been fine, I guess. And like I said, had you guys been more willful in any direction, you would have been pulled off track. You would have moved the same number of hexes. It's just I would have found a spot in between them that would have moved you to. You guys all basically, the end result physically is you walk through the black wall and your body emerges here as if you just walked out of the darkness. We're going to arbitrarily call it early morning. So if you guys are to travel for a full day to get to the Water's Edge, I guess it's a day and a half, but we'll call it a full day just to save myself some grief. It'll be morning again if you were to leave at this exact second.
Huh?
What?
Morning, you say?
It is morning now. So there's artificial sunlight streaming through the dome.
Oh, I'm ready.
As Sheercat dons goggles, I assume, is what's going on. Yeah, that's what's going on. And when I say Sheercat, I do mean Christopher. As his donned ski goggles. And yeah, you guys, the sensation of being pulled apart immediately ceases. The fading echoes of what the other characters are feeling fade and don't really seem to bleed over into this world. Everyone seems as if they were just seconds ago on the other side of that black wall. Basically, you've all just taken a step and are now many days travel. 16? Was that what we said? So 8 days travel. You've traveled 8 days in the blink of an eye.
I immediately look around and just like, oh, okay. That was convenient. And I look to the party to make sure everyone's whole. I'm counting limbs.
I'm missing a finger.
Yes. I was just going to say the same thing.
I remember that, but his is harder. I have to carry the one.
Yes.
Because of all of the limbs. And then I kind of look at
Parentheses.
Yeah, I look at parenthetical.
Mm-hmm.
I just look at him and recall what I overheard him thinking. And I just say, we have to get you a puppy or something.
Me? A puppy?
Right, Oren, if we get another being, we do have to take care of said being. I have 2 children on my arms right now.
That's a good point.
You should probably take just a little more responsibility.
I'll take that under advisement. Thank you, Cat.
Just Cat.
Thank you, Cat.
You're welcome, right, Oren.
Okay.
Ferency says, yeah, thanks, sibling. That sounds fair. Puppy seems like a lot.
I pat Ferency's on the head.
He pats you back. Completely guileless. There's no real intent behind patting you. Just you're doing, he's doing.
Okay.
All right.
I like it.
So is everybody okay?
Yeah, I could go again.
It was a little anticlimactic, I suppose.
Plenty of climax. Nope.
Terry was going to say it if you didn't, so thanks.
Yeah.
Harry finishes the sentence.
For lack of ability to think on the spot, I just go, okay, everyone's fine. Wonderful. Onward and out. And I just start walking towards the Water's Edge.
Let me give you...
It's the opposite way. It's this way.
I was gonna say, does anybody have a compass?
I was gonna say I just like get my bearings, be like, nah, he's going the
Well,
wrong
I
way.
figure we're not in hills, right? Is it flatland?
Nah, so let me give you the layout of the land.
I imagine I see in the distance a town.
Yeah, a day's travel. You see, the structures are all huts, so you probably don't see any of the buildings yet, but there's like smoke and other signs of life in that direction. Due south of you, not even a day's travel, is a large body of water that continues off to the south and west. If you guys are to turn around and look back towards like where you think to be the center of the dome, and you can kind of tell because you also do have the curvature of the dome you can always kind of use. But if you look back towards the center, you can see some of the taller buildings of Industrial Town. several days travel away. And you can kind of see certain things like the tall barrier forest off to your northwest, which I'm assuming sends shivers down some of your spines. You definitely have a decent vantage point here because you are in flatlands. But as you approach, and it's maybe a couple hours worth of travel at this point of approaching water's edge, the ground becomes more marshy. You are entering like water-laden earth land, not quite swamp because there's not enough space or vegetation or trees, but it's definitely basically marsh or wetlands that you guys enter in just a moment. Does anyone have any issues following Reichorn's orders or instructions to go towards water's edge?
Better not.
I do, but I'm not going to voice them for lack of keeping my head.
Reichorn, roll me a d20 as we pop over to check out the Season 2 random roll table over on our Discord.
Oh, I love random. Whoop. 20.
Wow.
That's your only 20 you're going to get. Oh, God, it's blank.
I know, and I hope that's... Wait, what?
Oh, good.
Roll again.
You have got to be kidding.
Well,
Minus 1, 19.
Nothing happens.
Okay, fine. You know what? 19. I like this one.
I don't.
What
18.
did you-
Nope, 19. I like it. Minus
What
1.
did you do to us, Pat?
This is actually probably going to be my favorite one, and it is brought to you by the Masked Ferret, who popped over into our Discord, which you can find at bit.ly/neverdiscord, and he offered it for our Season 2 roll table little community area that we have. And yeah, go ahead and check out number 19. As you guys are walking along, and you are at the border of these, wetlands, this marsh, you can see where the dry earth ends, and it starts to get a darker, danker, smellier green. But just before you cross over, at the very cusp of this dry land, you do come across something. It is a statue of some size, and I'll give you guys the opportunity before you approach it, but you see that it is definitely, so it is a statue, and it's kind of held in like a muscle man pose where both arms
Yeah.
and from like a little while away, you can't quite make it out. What do you guys do with this kind of statue on the horizon?
Nothing.
As far as I know, it's just a statue, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say you guys are far enough away. If you wanted to avoid it, you could. If you wanted to scope it out or set up a combat setup, you guys can do whatever you want. But I wanted to give you like a before you're at the statue.
It's art. Seeker's all for it.
Like large or like regular,
I'm
like Colossus of Rhodes size, or
I'd
like
say it stands probably
exactly where I
10
was going
feet
to.
high. 10 feet high, and it looks to be to scale to a figure, so like appropriately wide. I don't know, maybe if it's 10 feet, maybe 2 feet wide. I don't know how big that works out proportionally.
But we're too far to see what the subject
we just know it's going like this.
Seeker sees art. He's going for it.
I look over at Zero and I hey Zero, could you take a look through that gun thing?
That was
That started my Siri.
Hey Zero.
It says that. Hey Zero, take a look at you that. All right. I say, Zero, could you take a look through your scope? Give us more detail on what we see there, or what we can't see there.
What does your scope eyes see?
What do your special eyes see?
Well, he has like a scope on a rifle for seeing long distance. It's a totally valid request.
So I'm going to look through.
Yep. And as you've probably seen, I sent over in Hangouts what you see.
Yeah, no, I saw it all.
Oh,
okay.
I didn't see.
Oh, I didn't send it to you.
Oh,
Well,
you should.
you should take a look, Rye.
I take a look.
And it's naked.
How many penises? It's the best.
What?
As you like get the scope, you kind of have to like find where it is again because you lost it on the horizon.
Zero
Zero
just
kind of
kinda
guides
goes
you.
Uh-huh.
The statue, apparently made out of bronze or some sort of copper material, is a very majestically posed, muscular statue standing 10 feet tall and bearing the likeness of the Yosoki known only as Brawl. And for some reason, this artistic rendition was done in the nude.
Wait, like naked mole rat?
No,
Does he have? Oh, he has fur.
it has fur.
Oh, I'm
Stylized
intrigued.
fur,
Except
but
for
if
where
you
it
were to
counts.
lower, as you kind of bring the rifle scope down from his face down, to, oh, it's gonna
And
jerk
you're
it
just
up,
trying to
so to
figure,
speak.
why would you look there?
They put the rat tail on the wrong side.
Dang, I take that as a compliment.
They have very, very short tail.
In case anyone's joining this episode for the first time for some god awful reason, Brawl is the character Nick was playing in season 1 and the first half of season 2.
Why
You can
naked?
find our old episodes on bit.ly/neveryoutube.
So I put that. Never mind. 'Tis a silly place. And walk off towards water's edge.
Okay.
Do we all know that it's a statue? Like, can I tell that it's a statue from here?
You can tell that it's a statue. Basically, you guys paused when you saw it because it's like a massive figure, but it's literally not moving. And maybe it like glints a little bit in the sunlight, the artificial sunlight as it catches it. You guys can still definitely approach it, whether or not Rye does.
Oh yeah.
I want to go see it. I mean, a statue all the way out here.
Fine, seeker.
We definitely told you it was a brawl.
That makes it even more curious. Who made it?
I look at the time. I'm like, well, we're on a schedule. I don't. Okay, but like 10 minutes tops.
Ooh, yay!
You all arrive at this 10-foot rendition of the Yosoki, again in the buff. Terry immediately runs up and says, "Oh, sweet! Can you guys get my picture?" And he gets in front of it and mimics the pose.
Hell yes, I can.
Signal jammer. Oh no,
Secret goes into like Secret goes into like full photographer mode. Aw.
Well, it doesn't stop electronics.
No, it doesn't. It's just funny. I actually looked into it, and this one particularly only does broadcasts. Like they technically only do one type of signals.
Secret points at
Equipment.
what's that?
You mean the rat tail?
Looks nothing like Vesk. There's only one.
There's only one.
As you guys approach and are now looking at it, though, you notice that this statue, where it is, shiny and bronze, actually looks extremely old. It's very weathered. Around the edges, there are maybe some cracks or marred, parts of the structure. The sheen, while it still comes through, looks like it's probably duller than it originally was. It might have shown bright, even golden, but has now become a dull bronze. It's much more weathered once you get close to it. It is. It's been here for a long time. And anyone who thinks about it for a moment would probably realize longer than the dome has technically been here.
So Dren kind of lifts up the rim of his hat a little bit. He goes, So this is the one that wasn't with you lot, Brawl?
Yes, that's his name.
Seems like he could really hold himself in a fight.
He punched me once, and it's really, 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 really,
So restart him.
really hurt.
Restart him.
Hurt.
I don't know.
It was
I've
fun,
been
though.
touched by heart. I've been hit harder. Not that I can remember, but I'm sure it's happened.
If I had any other character here like Dustinian, they'd say hit on harder, maybe, but I guess I can't. None of the characters here would actually hit on you, so you're safe.
Is there like a pedestal that this statue is on, or is it like feet on the ground?
No, I'd say that there's a small raised pedestal, which puts it maybe 3 feet off the ground.
Is there like a plaque or anything?
Sure, yeah, it's weathered. It's got some kind of grown over moss that you might have to wipe away, though.
Detect magic.
It's not magical.
Oh.
What's the plague? Plague. What's the plaque say?
As you wipe the moss off, it just says Brawlument.
It what?
Brawlument.
Brawlument.
Monument, brawlument.
I know. I know. It was me.
I just love making Pat die inside. It's fantastic.
It just says Brawlument. There's no additional dates or artist or anything like that. Seeker, make a perception check.
Oh.
It better not be a Seeker original. I swear to God, it better not be a Seeker. I will. Oh, I will kill.
27.
Seeker, you know if it's a Seeker original or not. It maybe or maybe does not, and I'll leave this up to Schrodinger setup for you. It seems like it might share or does not share artistic flair or styles or even maybe just inspiration from things that you've thought about or could think about. I would definitely say you physically haven't done this.
Okay.
You now have not done this. But if you want, and this is up to you, it could be something that you would have done or would be capable of doing, or bears enough style to be maybe something you do.
Yeah. So, taking a look at it, Seeker's just checking out all the different aspects of it. Oh, wow. The chiseling right here is really nice. Oh, you know, I've done something similar to this part here. You know, this actually looks similar to something I had in mind when Brawl left. I was thinking of maybe immortalizing him in our a lobby area or recreational area, or maybe even just in the bridge, just having a statue of Brawl right next to Rye's seat. It would be really nice. But you know what? I couldn't get this right here. This little area here, I couldn't do that quite well.
Tiny part, the little part.
Huh?
The tiny part.
Between the legs, I didn't know how to make that, so...
Yeah, I seem to remember that you were also complaining that your statue, your drafts did not quite smell as bad as...
Well, I have no idea how it smelled, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't mean his donger.
I got what you're going
about?
for, Justin.
I just meant he smells bad.
I never noticed. Never once.
All right, I feel like it's been 10 minutes.
Yeah,
It's been about 30 seconds.
You guys are good to go if you'd like. There's no encounter here.
Okay.
Yeah. I round up the kids and the children.
Yep. Okay.
What do the children say about it?
Well, you already got Terry's response. He
cover
posed with it.
Eyes.
They don't care that it's naked?
No, it's art, you goddamn troglodytes. They have no problem with it.
I'm 31. I still laugh at that crap.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Well,
front
Terry
tail.
does not, and Francis hasn't even acknowledged that the statue's there.
Matt, why are you lying about your age?
I hate you.
You did kind of undercut it a little bit there, huh? I like that about you. It's nice. It's yeah.
I hate everyone.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have time to like rest or anything at some point? Not that we really need to rest because we didn't get hurt, but I'm talking about like in terms of continuing our conversation earlier.
With you want to have the conversation with Zero?
Yeah.
I'd say having it now underneath the majesticness of Brawl would probably be a healthy spot, because once you are in Water's Edge, you're not sure what that's going to look like.
Okay. Yeah. So Zero, might I borrow you and everybody for a moment?
So everybody then.
Yeah, everybody.
Francis kind of looks up. When you say everybody, am I included in that now?
You could be, but I mean, you guys can. If you want to hang out with Terry, that's fine.
So Terry's not included, but I am.
No, I mean, if you and Terry want to hang out and not be a part of this conversation, that's okay with me too.
I just shout out over everyone. Everybody take a knee.
Which
We
one?
all just
He,
stand.
he reaches
Yep.
over and he grabs one of Sheer Cat's and he's like, well, okay.
I
Sheer Cat, you have extra, I guess, right?
I hate everybody.
What do I do with the knee?
That's what I would like to know.
Just sit
Antenna
down.
Dad, what do I do with the knee? Antenna Dad, this one.
Yes. I don't know. I don't know what the expression means either. I have several knees.
I don't
They're
know
very
if I'm
wet.
capable of doing
Yes.
this or not, but just for the sake of it, I'm gonna telepathically communicate a ear-piercing shriek to everyone in the party.
Oh, I like this jam.
Yeah, what does that sound like?
My
Uh,
voice doesn't go high enough to make a shriek.
Francie says, "Oh, kind of sounds like a night gaunt. I like it." And Terry is probably the only one here who's actively like, "Oh, why?" Causes no damage, but is quite annoying.
Dren might have a little bit of hearing failure. I'm not sure yet.
It's mental.
Mental.
Mental hearing.
That's
failure.
what
That's fine.
telepathy
Brain
is.
mental.
Mental hearing failure. That's fine. We get over it. Just get over it.
Anyway,
Yeah, minutes pass and everyone gets under control.
yeah. So, I know that you two, looking at Sheerkat and Dren, and you two as well, looking at the other two.
Mewtwo. Sorry.
Yeah, don't quite know too much about this sort of thing, but, yeah, there is something I've been kind of holding from you, Zero. And I think it's a good time to talk about it now. Mostly I wanted to tell you around everybody else so that you couldn't just kill me.
Why
At least
would I
I've got
kill you?
Sheerkat and Dren around to help. And Rai, I guess.
My gun starts vibrating. At
And
my
Rye was there too.
Rai's been in on it for a while. But yes, you did
I
a good
know.
job back there. I half expected you to, kill that child.
This one.
Because,
This
yes,
child.
yes, Forenses.
Francis, hello.
Because you're a terrorist. Or you were. You were a terrorist.
Are you confusing me with someone else?
No. So, a very, 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 very long time ago, you and I were, as you know of me, being an NAT, a Neo Assassin type android, you were part of that, and you kind of went a bit rogue. You were known as one of the universe's most dangerous and, I guess, evil, in some ways, terrorists. During the android, I can't think of out of character, I can't think of what the words were, the name of that war was, but the android, basically uprising.
In Starfinder canon, there was an android uprising.
Yeah, I'll look up it.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, you're a part of that. You took it a little too far. Just how that despicable woman was trying to kill this poor child in order for her gain. You did that to plenty of androids. You used them as living bombs, willing or not, in order to further your cause. I was not having that. And we were bitter enemies for quite a while. Then you happened to renew, or word got out that you renewed, or something happened. And I followed you to, what's it called? The BSU.
Small GM insert there. It the character you're speaking of, the pre-zero or potentially pre-zero, basically went dark, went underground, and it was in your searching that you believe you found them when you found information about Zero. So there was a gap where you did lose full track of them.
Yep.
You only just recently had confirmation, but please continue. But I just want to make clear that it wasn't, you were definitely on the right track the entire time, which is why you're several years into your alliance with Zero.
Yep.
GM note, could you, for the audience, state what renewal is?
Yeah, sure. Every android has a soul, and instead of they don't die the same way, they don't age and die the same way most mortals do. They often, after about 100 years, will basically say, "Yep, time's up." They will relinquish their current soul from their body, and this allows a brand new soul, a brand new individual, to start inhabiting that android's body. It is kind of like a rebirth in that the body still goes on, but the entity that now controls it, the soul, is a completely new, unique individual, usually adopting a new name. I think almost always adopting a new name, but maybe sometimes just iterative names, and having their own fully formed, functioning lives.
Now, unfortunately, I also had to go through a similar process in order to evade the rest of our family, basically. And my situation is a little complicated as well. The Seeker talking to you right now is partially not the Seeker you've known. But regardless, I finally tracked you down to to Pyramid Station Alpha, and in the BSU Military Academy. And have been with you for these past 2 years, making sure that you actually were the one I was looking for. From these current events and from what the Oracle has told me, you are. But you're definitely not quite the same person. And I think, and I hope, that I can trust you now. However,
do I know if I actually went through a full renewal?
You have no memory, recollection, or even feelings in relation to what Seeker's been describing. It very much sounds as if these happened to a different person.
All right.
But your actions in this past day have really cemented that thought in my head that maybe there's a chance to save whatever new soul is within you. And I just hope that the BSU doesn't come after you, or your ties are still strong with them. But you definitely don't seem like who you used to be.
So are you suggesting I did all the previous one? Did all that on the BSU's orders?
I have no idea.
I can give a little bit to that, because that's stuff you might have known, but we hadn't maybe directly talked about. Seeker, you specifically haven't mentioned your organization that runs your family, so I'll do the same, I suppose. But more specifically, it was an issue where pre-zero apparently went rogue to the point where they joined the Android Liberation Front or whatever like organization preceded that.
Are you talking about the war that happened with the androids? Because I found the name. It's called the Fist Rebellion.
Yeah, that rebellion, it was what leads to the Android, that group that... So Zero is actually a part of the Android Liberation Front now, but they're more about what Zero's goals are right now, which are making sure androids aren't being enslaved. That's pretty simple stuff. Zero has been anti-slavery this entire campaign. Mm-hmm. Pre-Zero had similar goals, but no morals. And what Seeker was alluding to was using any sort of weaponry or warfare against people who even like mildly looked down on androids. It was quite horrific. If you guys end up eventually getting access to outside history documents, you'll be able to look up some terrorist acts that were not attributed to anyone in particular, but kind of with Seeker's points, you can kind of see where they were driven.
With Dren being a pirate and then having done so for quite a few years, would I know of previous Zero?
You wouldn't have met them, no. And again, they were like a super secret assassin they were built to be a super secret assassin, and they were very, very good at what they did.
Okay,
also,
so
hundreds of years ago.
Would I have?
It is hundreds of years ago.
Gotcha.
I did forget. I actually, you have that right in front of you, Chris?
150 years ago.
150 something years ago is when this rebellion or revolution happened from the androids.
Gotcha.
Back then, androids were sold as property. Due to the rebellion and due to like people actually not being complete scumbags, androids were eventually released from the servitude, like recognized as their own sentient beings, and the like ownership of androids outlawed. Still happens, which is why you have that the Android Liberation Front in existence, but it's much more like fringe on the edge of the galaxy, and it is super shady and illegal when people do it. But the rebellion that happened was not a bloodless one, and the pre-Zero character that Seeker knows, which again, if Zero actually did regenerate, would be a completely separate character. I'll leave some back room for mystery if you guys need it, but for the most part, it wouldn't necessarily have been Zero if Zero officially regenerated or renewed. Sorry, renewed. We're not doing Doctor Who. But the idea there being is that person was a real piece of crap. And I will say Seeker's also still maybe hedging his bets.
So when you say terrorist, the Pact breakers are definitely terrorists? then?
No. This was a long time ago, and yeah, you did some things that took somebody from me.
That would shed some light on things. I have been trying to figure out who I was because, as I believe I've told everybody before, at least I believe everybody's learned, when I did renew, I was given zero information about who I was. And at the end of the pistol incident, and then recently here, I was approached by two separate individuals who gave me, and I pull out the boxes that I believe started to combine.
Yeah, they formed into like kind of one longer or wider box, but they do still kind of fold and collapse in on themselves.
All right.
Was this off camera?
You guys had to take headphones off.
Oh, okay. Like I remember none of this.
Well, you shouldn't.
So good job.
Yeah.
And they both alluded to that when I get the third piece, it would reveal a location that would basically give me more information about myself.
Oh God. It's a real. Are they trying to bring back? Are they trying to bring you back?
Do you want to name pre-Zero so I can stop saying
Nat 20? Are they trying to bring Nat 20 back?
More specifically, Nat 2.0, but still Nat 20. Yes.
Oh God, I'm really glad I told you this. I didn't expect you to just come out and say that. Like,
well, the main reason I've been hiding stuff is because both you and Rye have been hiding stuff.
Well, I mean, you can imagine. I would rather you not know.
I would like to be very clear here.
You guys stare at each other when you use your. It's fairly obvious.
I do that with everybody. Watch. I look over at Sheerkat, and then
I just kind of melt.
And then
how many arms do that?
Then I realize my mistake, and I look over at Dren, and I'm like, and I just telepathically,
don't melt.
hi, Dren.
I don't telepathically respond, but I go, Hey.
I turn back. See, do it all the time. Plus, I was threatened under penalty.
Yeah, I
Wait, no.
So
What were you saying? Under penalty of what?
I had to threaten our beloved captain here. To
Oh,
keep
I
quiet.
damn
does
near
not like
ejected.
that. Shirkat immediately stands up.
Well,
Ferenci, let's go over your knee.
this was to protect everybody. If word got out and you found out that you were, or that I was onto you, and you actually knew who you were still,
well, I was
You would
on to you,
kill
but
all
no, I
of
did
us.
not know who I was.
huh?
I
What'd you
said
say?
yes, I was on to you, but no, I didn't have a clue about any of the other stuff.
And if you knew, if you still retained all of your memories from back then, and were just playing, kind of not playing, but playing dumb.
How much has come across about the whole BSU stuff though? The like the camera stuff.
Camera stuff.
How
See 'em?
I like I'm always like
Seeker has no knowledge of your time with the BSU. Again, Seeker lost you for a while, and that could have been a span of years potentially, because again, androids don't live in the same need for time. You went dark. You apparently developed ties with the BSU. It would have been during that time though. So Seeker would not have any knowledge about that whatsoever. And I'll say probably Seeker probably says as much.
We're not broadcasting this, are we?
No, you guys look around for cameras.
Also,
They
Dustin,
are-
check your hangouts.
Will do. No cameras have been monitoring you guys. I like I said, I won't be punking you guys unless I've prior had the conversation of this is happening. There's a camera there, and then you forget an hour later. That's fine. That's your fault. But no, I won't punk you guys like that.
Okay, all right, cool.
Which
I
also
imagine it'd take a while for the cameras to catch up with us because they were jammed before we left.
Really
Shirkat
quick.
still doesn't sit down and says, apologize to Reich Oren.
I was just about to. I was just gonna look over.
I look over at.
Actually was literally just about to look over to Ryan's. Which, by the way, I'm just so sorry about doing that. I didn't mean to.
Well-
I didn't want to, or I mean, I don't think I wanted to, but part of me wanted to, but I didn't want to, because.
I sense
I'm sorry,
motive, and I don't think I have to roll, Justin, unless you want me to.
I'm legitimately actually sorry about it.
Do you
I-
also legitimately kind of want to do them?
So, okay, so.
There was actually more.
My brain is a little fried about everything.
Shirkat does back down.
The renewal process that I took to evade the rest of our family, which by the way is Cosmos. If I haven't said it yet, I know we've talked about it, and Cosmos is something that, as you remember, I believe. Crap, I can't think of the name. Krellis has mentioned before. They don't let people leave. So until the only time you can leave is if you're dead.
Dren, when you hear the name Cosmos, to you, definitely something you hear or have heard of, but like as like straight up space boogeymen, something that you definitely didn't believe was real and hadn't encountered. But anytime someone doesn't pay an assassin for a job, or like someone really hard to get is like kind of taken out, the rumor will sometimes pop up that Cosmos was behind it. What Cosmos is or was is not really discussed, or at least not with any clarity, but that name definitely has like a boogeyman style effect for you.
Okay.
And
Anyway.
Just randomly, you see me hit my thigh where my gun is, and just shut up.
Anyway, my situation is complicated because the renewal I went through was not quite normal, as I thought maybe yours wasn't, which is why I'm so cautious and have been so cautious this entire time.
I
as I've
imagine
told-
my physical appearance is different.
It is. The original version of all of the Nat line look more or less identical. Depending on their roles, they might be slightly altered in features, but otherwise they should all look like Seeker. It does appear Zero has either gone under some sort of facial reconstruction or been remodeled. As an android, this is so far within the realm of easy possibility that it's almost like a hand wave, not a concern. But yeah, you definitely don't look like Seeker, but the other Nats you've encountered would or do to the best of your knowledge.
Except everybody comments about how we look the same, so I mean,
That's
which I thought was actually a thing for the longest time. I thought that was actually a thing.
no.
Does it make sense?
No, that's just
That was just
terrible people.
Yes.
yeah.
Anyway, they're the Seeker you know as the fun-loving, art-loving thing. That's still really an actual. That is me. That is still me, just not me at the same time.
And you right now, still you?
Yes, quite.
But also not.
I am.
Terry says, I had a friend with multiple personality disorder in the joint, too.
I'm currently possessing Seeker at the moment. The best way to put it would be a sort of psyche a ghost that lives deep in the deepest part of his brain.
So basically, you renewed, but the soul didn't leave the body, and a new one did.
Yep.
Something kind of like a ghost in a shell.
Oh God,
Pretty
it's,
much.
it's the sister from Dune.
I'll allow it. No one's going to get that. Anyone here at all is going to get that, but I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And as you're talking, I just keep agitatingly just hitting my holster. Shut up.
Is there something wrong, Rye?
No, nothing's wrong.
Okay.
You keep hitting your leg there.
Cramp.
I know a pretty good massage technique, Reich Oren.
No, it's good, and I would venture to say, unless Dustin you disagree, there's like a noise that's like coming from my gun. That's really muffled. I think.
It sounds like his cell phone's going off.
Yeah, I'm just.
Like a brief vibration that stops.
So, do you want us all to roll perceptions?
And it's
Do
very.
you want us
obvious.
to notice this because we're noticing this?
You are noticing this, yeah. And I just like keep hitting it. I'm like maintaining eye contact, just smiling, just keep hitting it like.
Rye,
Do you
spit it
need to
out.
get that?
Seeing your will waver, the gun says, "Oh, I totes wouldn't." In Rye's voice.
Is that the gun Miller made you?
Yeah.
The gun says, "Maybe."
Yeah.
What's going on with your
That's a slight modification I may have made. Maybe a while ago.
Light.
Oh boy.
What did you say?
Slight.
Yeah, slight modification I maybe made.
Did you put an AI in your gun?
Do we need to kill your gun?
You don't need to kill my gun.
Nope. Nope.
Well, gun, out with it. Weird talking to a gun.
mind introducing us to your friend?
I take out my gun. I hold it up in the air. All right, everybody, say hi to Nate.
Oh, Nate.
Not hello to my little friend. Come on.
Seeker immediately starts brandishing some pretty nasty looking magic.
It's
He's got the nanobot swarm in his hand, just like you remember when he threatened you.
Yeah. And I just put out the hand like it's fine. Relax.
For those who don't remember, Nate was Nat 3, the first variation of the Nat series of androids they encountered, and did attempt to kill them through use of a manipulated dungeon that he was running on behalf of the BSU.
By
maybe-
far my favorite villain so far.
Yeah, Nate's pretty great.
Supposedly killed off when they detonated his body by laying, I think, explosives all around him because he was embedded into the building. Rye stuck around for an extra hot second and maybe downloaded Nate during a scene you can find towards the very tail end of the first half of this season. I don't know if we did like an actual break for that. It was I don't remember the episode numbers at all. It's the end of the Verses arc.
Like episode.
I think we did maybe 1 or 2 after that.
Yeah, I think
12,
you're right.
13.
Actually,
It just happened basically in the audio.
Oh, is that what you were referring
Yeah, I
to?
just edited that episode a couple.
Oh,
weeks
you
ago,
did?
so.
Yeah, that was the exact spoilers that you edited, and that
Yeah.
that Patrick was like, nope, don't listen to that. Yeah, it's kind of awkward having Justin do our audio editing because he gets all the weird spoilers if he does a close edit.
The only person who would be able to edit that would be you. That wouldn't have any
Yeah.
spoilers.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Right.
Anyways,
All right.
continue because it's getting late.
Oh, what I was gonna say is out of character. I'd love to go into that further, but I'd have to review that little spoilery section to make sure I have the notes correct because it's been a while.
It's been a long time.
Rock and rolled.
So that's so do we want to call it there, or do you want to push it for the next one?
Okay, I'll say
After party.
Basically, you pull out the gun. You say this is Nate. Seeker has that magic aura rising up of multicolored magic hair, maybe rising up a little bit, and he's got the nanobot swarm in his hand. And you're kind of like, it's good. And the gun, using Rye's voice, still says, listen. Just listen.
You don't have to sound like me.
It stops, and it now goes back to Nate.
Sounded like Seeker instead.
And it says, does anyone want a Nate task?
Oh no!
What is a Nate?
Just end there.
Yeah, as Dren is asking, we'll have like the scene fade out. And that's
Oh,
when
man.
we'll end this little soiree into some truth telling. So for the record,
A lot of reveals.
yeah, did not expect any reveals this episode. I know Seeker had mentioned maybe having a combo with Zero, which is why I'd given them that brief pause before they left the tent. I was a little surprised that you went with it for the whole group, which makes it easier for me because now all of our secrets just about are out on the table, which
Well, that's
Okay.
exactly why I wanted to do it because I
Yeah.
wanted to bring it out for everybody, and also I was afraid of Zero just killing me. So
that's fair.
you know,
Zero could kill you.
yep.
Zero can kill all of us.
Yeah.
All right, let's save some of this conversation for the after party for tonight's episode. I will simply say, if you want to see more as to what comes up from these new revelations, especially with the newly revealed alive Nate, tune in next Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. EST. It's still on our Twitch channel. It'll go up onto YouTube in a couple days after the affiliate Twitch requirement says we can, and then it'll go into audio in like 2 years. Between then and now, I just want you guys all to remember, never split the party.
Yeah, Patrick.
Yeah, Dustin.
Yeah, Patrick.
I didn't split anything.
All right, we're gonna pop
Little
over to
lines
the
on